Hello, everyone. And today we have another PMP related exciting conversation with Swatantra. And Swatantra and I have been working for various training programs for last 6 months. And today we want to understand how his PMP journey went through so that it can help you also planning in your PMP journey. But before we go and talk about PMP, let's know a little bit about Swatantra. So why don't you introduce yourself?
Thanks, Saket, for providing me this opportunity to have a discussion on this. So my name is Swatantra Jain, and I'm having overall more than 15 years of IT experience. And in that last 6 to 8 years, it's more about the project management and Scrum and Agile way of working. And currently, I'm in Belgium for more than 4 years. And working for one of the client here on one assignment related to, and my role is project management and handling the team and all. Yeah.
Perfect. So it's been a while that Swatantra, you are doing project management, I think 4 or 5 years, and primarily dealing with IT projects. So Agile is also something familiar thing for you. So that's, I would say, as an advantage part of it. So what motivated you to do PMP? Let's start from there.
So PMP is like, I did not do any certifications in my 15 years of experience. And in December, I thought to we are doing work from home and having some free time. We are doing work from home only, so not going office, so all that traveling time and all that. So I thought if some certification program I can do to motivate myself and some new learning in these tough times. So I started with some Scrum certifications, and then I worked with you for SAFe certifications. And then while I was doing that, I found on your Eisenberg's website only some PMP program is you are going to start. So I did not have too much of plan, but I had a good, that SAFe learning with you. So I thought if Saket is providing this, let's do this also. I'm a project manager. So I already learned a lot in Agile. Let's see what is there in PMP, because I heard PMP since long that PMP is very tough and it is not easy to do and all that. I thought, okay, let's take this opportunity to learn some new stuff related to project management with Saket, and let's register for this. So I reach out to you, but your batch was full, and you said, okay, as an exception, let's I'm including you. So I thought okay, let's continue this journey in that way.
That's good. That's good. And I can see that, you after doing Agile, Scrum related stuff, and you plan for PMP, and I can definitely imagine the game is very different when you talk about PMP relative to the other certification we did together.
Yeah.
So once you attended the class and you started getting the sense of it, how you planned your journey, what was your plan later on, gradually you came up, and how you thought that, you want to attack the PMP.
Yes. So when I started your classes, we had 5 classes for 7 hours, and then you shared your those videos on for each and every chapter related to this PM book for all that stuff. So I gone through. I decided okay, I will go through all those videos a couple of times, and as you mentioned, that if you cover those videos, that PM book is not required. You have already covered everything in that. And then I thought it will be good idea to attend some good questions to because you do a lot of theory. You think that you know everything. But when you go to attend some question on related to some topics, then you really got to know that, okay, how much you understand about the concept for those theory. So I thought okay, I will plan to take a lot of questions. I will attend as many as questions possible. And I decided that I will not go knowledge area or specific subject wise, because what happens if I'm taking some question for a specific knowledge area, then my mind will say, okay, this is I'm attending some communication management, suppose, then it will be answer will be update communication management plan. I will simply because I know that this is so I decided that whenever I will do practice, I will go with mix of question to validate my understanding. And I decided like in next 2 months, I have to take PMP exam. And in that way, I started couple of hours every day here and there to spend on that question, attending those questions. And on based of my I used to check that, okay, and I did with the time constraint. So if I decided 10 question, I decided I need to do in 12 minutes. So I was doing this. If 20 question, then 24 minutes. So I wanted to put myself under a similar situation while you go and take the real exam. And then after that 10 or 20 question, I used to check my how many correct, how many not correct, then why it was incorrect. And in that way, then again, if needed, I went to like little bit theory to again understand why it was not correct or something. So that's the way actually I planned. So I planned both the things, theory plus questions together.
Okay, so if I just reiterate and help me if I am getting it not exactly right. So you attended the class, and along the class you were going through some of the content theories. That's the one thing. You had a fair understanding of Scrum and Agile part, so you kind of skip through those videos. You have not spent much time there, but you spent enough time for PMBOK videos. If when you talk about our content, so you went through the PMBOK video. You realize that it's not needed to go through the reading of a PMBOK in your case. So you primarily limited your thing to a video. And once the attending class was over, watching the videos were over, then you decided that let me go with the randomized questions, and along with I will correct the theories whenever I am going wrong. So you started taking 10, 20, 30 questions in a time boxed manner, and then analyzing each and every question. Whenever it is going wrong, you try to find out why it is wrong. And I can talk about myself. The wrong questions teaches us more. Right question, it just became right and we ignore them. And even if, and I really worry, when I guess something and it becomes right, then I lose the opportunity of learning. I guess.
So what I used to do, if during that time, if I had some confusion that this is right or wrong, so I used to mark that question. Okay. And even if that was right, I used to go through that again, that, okay, why I was confused and why this is the correct answer.
Yeah, that's a very good thing.
Yes. If I was 100% sure that, this is the correct answer, I know, then I did not care about that. But wherever I had a confusion that, okay, which one is the correct, this one or this one, and I thought, okay, then I marked that even if it will be correct, then I will have a look.
Analyze it. That's I believe it's a very, very good study. Very good study. So you took the full length tests as well, especially the our one. Yeah. So all three or few of them, like.
I took all the tests. So as all the tests, and I like from outside, other than Eisenbridge also,
you practice some more questions also.
I practice more questions from outside. I practice some more tests from outside. So overall 6 to 7 full-time tests I took.
Okay. And especially if you talk about that hour one, what was your score? People in our class may be interested. How were you scoring when you were planning to give the exam?
In every test, I was it was like between 74 to 80. In one test, I got 85 also. So it was above 73, 74 kind of.
So your test range was around 75 to 85. And even I can say, is it okay to say all the 6-7 full length tests inside Eisenbridge and outside Eisenbridge, wherever you took it? So it was more or less 75 to 85% test range.
Kind of. Yeah.
Good. I think this is very helpful. This is very helpful. Let's get started and talk about the specific details related to your PMP exam. So we have been hearing the Agile is the thing, and PMI is formally telling 50% of the question will be oriented towards Agile. And I do anticipate they may talk about how do we do scheduling, how do we do risk, how do we do other things. So whatever the 10 knowledge areas are, they may touch upon various flavors and say, how do we do in these things in Agile world? So that's what we are also anticipating and hearing from people. So what is your advice? Like, how do you advise people to prepare for Agile part of PMP?
So I would say like in other way, because of Agile, I would say like PMP exam, you can say might be little easier, which was earlier maybe, because concept of Agile is like kind of a limited kind of concept. Okay. And I did some certifications before PMP related to Agile, or I'm working in Agile for a couple of years. So maybe that might be the reason. But in Agile, like, okay, specific roles are there, specific ceremonies are there, and things are like specific charts are there or something. So most of the time, if you see like questions come around those areas, if specific to Agile. Otherwise, you will find more question related to similar, like situational question only in Agile also. So only thing about the mindset, like in predictive, it is more kind of a project manager, more kind of direct kind of things. Okay. And in Agile, it is more kind of a servant leader kind of approach. You will try to help, facilitate, and that. So in situational question, if you are attending any Agile question, you need to put little bit Agile mindset that I'm not a predictive manager, I'm a facilitator, I'm a servant leader. So you need to give answer accordingly. And if you are, if you think this is related to predictive kind of approach, then you need to be in maybe as a kind of typical project manager. So that's why if someone will attend PMP exam, he will find that they might be mixing the option in such a way that they will try to confuse you to take more directive approach, while the question is more related to Agile. So yes, so it is just they will put you in some situation, and you need to think from Agile mindset, not
Perfect.
your predictive mindset to answer that question.
Okay, so
that's only the difference.
Yeah, let me rephrase and correct me if I'm getting it right. So in your experience, you are saying, since you found Agile easy because you can see the PMBOK 10 knowledge area, and if the whole 180 questions starts coming from 10 knowledge area, they may pick up nitty-gritties and small things, and the exam may becomes difficult, and that used to be the case before. But since 50% questions are coming from Agile World, you say Agile World has a limited scope to play. You have some set of roles, you have some set of meetings, backlog refinement, whatever is happening, either it is happening in a daily scrum, or it is happening in a sprint review, or a sprint planning, or a sprint retrospective. So if you understand these meetings well, and you can map, where do we do this, where do we do lesson learns, where do we do improvement and all, you can directly map there, and that can save your life and get the things done. So that's one advantage you are picking up. The second thing which I'm picking up is when it comes to people related domains. So people and Agile getting mixed, how do you deal with individuals and all. So we need to keep clear in mind, in the Agile world, we are expecting more collaboration, more empowerment, because the people who are working with you are engaged, committed, knowledgeable about the work they are doing, so they can decide for themselves. You don't have to decide for them. But when you are working in a predictive life cycle, the people might be only doing limited part of work. They may not know the whole picture. You might be working and giving them a desired scope. They are doing the things. So you are more responsible for giving them the exact picture and ensuring them they have a clear entry criteria and exit criteria, because in that environment, there is an understanding of predictable scope, and understanding of a predictable scope requires division of work in a well manner. And this is nothing like a good and bad. So when you are working in a predictable world, the project manager should ensure good division of work with the help of work breakdown structure. When you are not working in a predictable work, then you should not try to do a division of work. You should try to engage people. So whenever you deal with the question, this is how you handle it. Yeah.
So there is, as you said, there is nothing wrong or right or bad or good. It's just about two different approach and two different mindsets. That's it. Yeah. And third thing, you can see like hybrid also. So you will find that if hybrid approach, mix of both. So in some of the questions, you might need to see that also, that if they're having hybrid approach, then you need to check answer accordingly.
Yeah. So hybrid approach, for the benefit of, I think everyone, we can say when part of your project component might be having Agile, the part of your project component may be having a predictive world. Say you are working, constructing a mall or a shopping complex, but you also maintain a website which is giving booking for the shops. And at the same time, you are also running a website which is handling payments and the recurring thing from the customers. But this website part is Agile. The construction of the mall is predictive. predictive, then how do you manage your vendors? How do you manage your overall risk management? How do you manage your milestones and all those things? So this is a nice example of hybrid, and you can anticipate such kind of challenges related to maybe a construction project. I keep giving the example of a car or any other stuff. Good. Good. So anything else you want to say on Agile, or we move to the other domain?
Nothing is specific. Nothing is specific on Agile. I would suggest, like, whoever is doing preparation, he should not see like, okay, Agile or predictive or people, process, business. I would say do a preparation as a whole. Don't try to create kind of a specific wall anywhere. And while you are doing your preparation, try to understand overall these concepts. If you put all the concept in your mind somewhere, then it will be easy. And I really liked your statement here, and this is something I experiment in the class which I did this week, and we were talking about compliance requirement, and what I said is, let's take a compliance requirement and see all the 10 knowledge areas. So what do you do related to this requirement in integration? What do you do in the scope? What do you do in a risk? What do you do? Because you are focusing on compliance, but just an example here we are taking, but you need to have a proper change management for it. You need to have a proper risk management for it. You need to have a requirement traceability for it. You need to have all the things, stakeholder engagement for it. So everything is integrated. It is just not a business domain compliance requirement. It is well integrated with process domain also, when we are talking about 10 processes. And it could be an agile word, it could be a non-agile word. Anywhere. Simply in that way, like if you talk about the people, okay, I can create scenarios and question related to each knowledge area where people are there, stakeholders are there. Okay, for change request also, for communication also, for procurement also, for any agile also, for hybrid also. So it is not important that people, process or knowledge area, overall concept keep in your mind about like, okay, what are the all 10 knowledge area, what are the process are there. Okay, on high level, you should understand what are the inputs, tool and technique and output. No need to memorize. Just understand concept wise, from flow wise. Analyze, visualize the flow in your mind and think that, this is the flow I know, and this is in this flow, obviously this should be there. In this flow, obviously this should be there. Because in PMP, you are not going to write any subjective paper. So you need to everything memorize. Second thing, your target is not to do like 100% marks. Okay. So if you understand things on high level, it will be easy for anyone to give correct answers. Yes, in PMP.
Perfect. I really liked your statement. And though you got about target in all the domains, but I keep telling people, don't worry about that. You don't have to align your thought process 100% with PMI. It's not necessary that you do project management the way PMI and their people are thinking, but you align which is quite compatible with them, which is good to certify. But after that, the real project management will be done on the context base. So there is no use of just fixing your mindset as the PMI is. And actually, nobody knows what is right and wrong. So what the questions you are answering, you don't know how they interpret it. So don't try to focus on a particular test, practice test interpretation and getting into the detail. If you feel comfortable, if you can relate, and if you can see the whole picture, it's good. And then move forward.
And when you get all everything, things in your mind, automatically, you will say, this is the answer. It will come automatically from you that these three can't be correct. This is the correct answer in that way. That's what I'm trying to say. If concepts are there in your mind, then automatically you will able to find the correct answer out of 4.
Yeah. And I really liked your point. It's not a subjective question. So again,
it's not a subjective.
Again, when you have something, you know how to find the answer because you have 4 choices, and you need to make your decision out of 4 choices only. So don't worry that.
Yes.
Great. It's always interesting to talk with you in general in classes also. So
because if you have knowledge, automatically once you will see 4 answers, immediately you will able to relate that this one should be correct. This is the correct way to handle this situation. Because in PMP, they are going to put you in situation. That's it.
Mhm. And we do anticipate. So the utility of old knowledge area, as you explained, still is expected to be looked into, but not necessarily term by term, not necessarily input by input, because especially in the new PMP exam, the focus is on the task. Can you perform a given job? But when you understand input outputs well, then you know what all supporting things can help you in doing that job well.
Yes.
And it's not necessary that you pinpoint and list everything, but you should be able to choose out of those 4 options. Yeah, that's the whole thing.
I mean, main purpose is like, if suppose tomorrow, you cleared your certification and you are doing a project management, something came for you. Do you know that, okay, what I need to refer, where I should go? I think that is what purpose of this certification, that you should be aware about the things. Okay, that there is something called change management process. Okay, if something is coming in your project, okay, you know that change management process is some area is there. I need to refer that thing I need to apply here in this situation. If you are having some concern from stakeholder or communication related thing, are you aware that, okay, communication related stuff is there, then okay, there is a process. If a stakeholder related thing is there, so in that way you should have things in your mind.
Perfect,
on high level.
Perfect. And let's spend some time talking about people domain. In that way, project human resource or project resource management and stakeholder management and the team development and working with this. So I usually say, focus on these 2 knowledge area and then expand your thought beyond that. But these 2 knowledge areas are good foundation. And then you talk about agile way of dealing with individuals, demonstrating your leadership style and all. So what is your advice when it comes to dealing with team and when dealing with the stakeholder when someone is preparing for PMP exam?
Yeah, because if you might find stakeholder word in so many questions. I mean, because there is a possibility they will put any kind of situation, but most of the time it is about stakeholder. Maybe a stakeholder is not happy because of that. Team is also a kind of your one of the stakeholder. They might say there is a problem in the team, how you will address, this is the problem with the stakeholder, how you will address. So definitely these 2 are important, because these 2 are mainly related to people management. So, but other than these 2, you might find the question where they are using these 2, but maybe that is related to some other process. So it's not like if you are preparing for resource and stakeholder, and it is enough for any kind of people management related to answer the question. Perfect, so it is important to understand resource and stakeholder, but you should understand that, okay, how they are integrated with other process, irrespective of agile or anything. So if team might follow predictive process, team might follow agile process, they might have conflicts or something, or they are not performing or something. So maybe you need to organize some training or something, and then you need to refer sometime how to provide training, or knowledge management is happening or not, or some change request is coming, then how to handle that. So all that kind of things.
Okay, got it.
Sometimes they might relate to like scope related thing. Sometimes they might say is schedule related thing. But end of the day, it will be related to stakeholders or team, because they are the people who are working on the project, or they are the people with whom as a project manager you are interacting.
Yeah, perfect. And I was having a conversation with one of the PMP participants. It was here, and he was sharing, it's very difficult to identify the question and map it to the task, because we don't know what actually they are doing. Though PMI maintains that traceability, but for us it will be difficult. And if I pick your thoughts, it may say, some stakeholder is raising a change request, and he really pursuing everyone to go for that change request, even though doing this change will cost you 10% extra money. Now there is a situation. Change request is project integration management, stakeholder is stakeholder management, and 10% extra money may be a cost management. Yeah. So now where do you map this question? Is it about maintaining the cost variances, or is it about keeping the stakeholder happy and managing expectation, or is it about doing an integrated change management? So technically speaking, it's all 3. Yeah. So what I am sensing from your point is that, okay, when your advice for test taker is just don't try to focus on people task alone. Like you may say, how do you develop team, and how do you do manage stakeholder, identify stakeholder, and working with the stakeholder. You need to see the other knowledge areas as well, because stakeholder, they don't exist, or team member, they don't exist in isolation. They will do something. And when they do something, they will also interact in some other processes.
Yes. So that's why, I mean, you should have good understanding about overall picture. Okay. And then in that question, they might create some situation. And then you see that, okay, according to this situation, what is my next step as a project manager? Do I directly need to take action? Do I need to review something? Do I need to refer some document? Do I need to do some homework before doing, or shall I escalate it? It depends on question to question. Okay, they will put you all the answer in that. But if you have good understanding, you will say, no, why should I escalate in this situation? I will first do this. But in other question, you think there might be scenario, everything is done, I don't have any option, I need to escalate. So that understanding will come while you keep you understand overall concept of that PMP concept or knowledge that then automatically after as soon as you will read the question, you will think, yeah, this is the best answer, this should be the best answer, and you will check the options, you will find that.
Okay, so what I'm sensing is that especially for you, your preparation style, which you shared in the beginning, helped you to create this connectivity where you started focusing on that I am not going to isolate a knowledge area or domain when I take the practice test. Yeah, that's the strategy you took. And that's why I think you more found the interrelationship, and you can appreciate that interrelationship. If someone might have not taken that approach, may not even see that interrelationship that clearly. And you kind of, if I say that you build the foundation of Agile and PMBOK, and then you start taking practice tests to see the interrelationship and start resolving them. That is it right to say? No Agile, correct, no PMBOK, and then attack the questions.
Yes, yeah. Attack the question. See the question, what question is saying. Now, after my all study, now I realize I know the concept. Okay, but it is never like 100%. Whatever you know, you need to say I know everything. I'm attacking the question. Okay. Once you will make the mistakes, you will find, okay, my understanding was that, but this is the correct understanding. Okay. I was thinking then in this scenario, project manager should escalate, but no, he should not escalate. First, he should analyze or review. Then in another question, I will find no. Okay. Question is saying everything he already applied. Now, no other option. So that's what I'm trying to say.
And when he's applied and not applied, it might be issue related to people. It might be issue related to risk. It might be an issue related to working with the one person who is not listening to you. So now there are two things coming in place. Escalation is there, but escalation related to risk or escalation related to procurement or something. So, correct. The understanding of a procurement helps you in knowing what is happening here. Else you may not even grab the question. You may not have an understanding of the question if you don't know the knowledge areas.
Yeah. Why I was saying that you should not attack knowledge area specific questions, because it might give you wrong understanding. You might feel that, I knew that correct answer. But if I will give you a mix of the same question with mix of 10 knowledge area, you might not correct that answer, because now you might get confused that, okay, it might be related to this knowledge. Is it related to this knowledge area or this? So that is the decision making power you need to develop.
And I believe that it's difficult to give a perfect advice for that. It's difficult to give a perfect recipe for that. It depends upon how individuals will do. And what I'm trying
to say, you do individual if you want to do individual, but always prepare for everything at one go. No, individual is okay.
I got your point. What I was trying to understand is that each person will have their unique style, but ultimately they need to have a path where they have everything mixed mode in their head. And one of the paths which you followed was build an understanding of Agile and PMBOK, and then taking a practice test, and then keep reviewing Agile and PMBOK wherever you have a problem. So that's the one path. And it may happen after 2 practice tests. It may happen after 3 practice tests. It may happen through 2 rounds of PMBOK videos, or maybe a 1 round of PMBOK video. That will be a person-specific path. We cannot say that, watch the video 3 times and do the 6 practice tests 6 times and you will be done.
Because it's up to you. If you are already having good understanding of project management, you are working since long in industry, you might be already aware about a lot of things, and it is not necessarily you need to spend that much of time. So it's up to you when you are feeling that it's depend on individual to individual. You cannot compare one person to another person.
So Swatantra, one more thing, which is little confusing, and I find people getting worried about the leaderships and emotional intelligence and all those topics. They are very softy topics. They are like very difficult to catch and clearly say, I memorize there are 4 types of emotional intelligence and I am done, or I memorize there are 20 types of leadership, autocratic and democratic and servant leadership. Am I done? So what advice you want to give for a topic related to leadership and then later on emotional intelligence?
Yeah, I mean, you will definitely, I think people will find those kind of questions there. So the best way, while you are reading, try to understand the concept behind those things, because those are soft skills. So try to understand what are the keywords are there. If you are talking about leadership, if as a servant leader, what is the expectation? What are the keywords? So while if you will go for the PMP exam, they will definitely provide you the keywords in those answers. If you know the keywords, it will be easy for you to understand. So no need to memorize the things too much, but understand in general way. Servant leader. It is simply saying servant leader. Then what would be the role? He will be facilitate the thing. He will guide. He will empower. And someone is saying mentoring or coaching. Then mentoring and coaching, there might be different. In leadership, little bit more vision and all that thing. So try to understand that what small keywords are there, and that will be helpful. Similar for emotional intelligence. What is expected in emotional intelligence? Self-awareness, self-knowledge, or others awareness. So emotional intelligence is like controlling on your emotions. Then you might find some keyword in their question or answer related to that, or whatever the scenario they are providing you. You will understand, this is related to something emotional intelligence, because they're not able to control the emotions while talking to them. And similar for conflict management kind of things, you will understand, no, this looks like some conflict is there. Now conflict is there. What is the approach they are providing in scenario? They are saying no, he's trying to collaborate, or he's trying to give some order, or he's trying to accommodate. That will come in that scenario. You will practice 1,000 questions. It is not necessarily that you can memorize something. You need to understand the concept behind it, then only, because the scenario you will get in exam, it might be like you did not go through those 1,000 scenario already, but while you are reading the question, you should be understand, this is related to that scenario, and the practice will give you that understanding. As much as you will practice, it will come from your insight that this is related to that.
That's very important tip. So what I'm sensing is, and let me repeat, and it's, I think, very, very important tip. One is that, there are soft skill questions. They are difficult to do. There is a lot of variability around that. So try to understand and develop those soft skills. That's a one good thing. But just don't rely on that, because since it's a soft skill thing, your judgment might be wrong. You may not be reading the question rightly, but focus on the keywords and the associated terminology with the given soft skills. So for example, if the conflict management, so always remember that forcing, withdrawing, smoothing, and all those things, and try to see the term or maybe a different word, but meaning the same thing. Forcing may not be coming as a forcing, but coming something else. So try to catch that so that you can find the right answer. Similarly, for emotional intelligence, like ability to recognize. So if you see there is a situation, team members are unable to appreciate each other. And then you may say, as a project manager, what will you do? So you may want to create a skill in appreciating each other. So now you are saying, okay, how do I make people appreciate each other? And there could be an option, train them on emotional intelligence. You say, okay, that's the right answer. That's the right answer I should go for. So this is how great. And similarly for the leadership style. So when you talk about facilitation, servant leadership, and coaching, mentoring, impediment removal, so all these terms keeps you in your head. And when you are, I think, coming to the right option, when you are looking at a 4 option, this glossary understanding, this term understanding will fall and help you to navigate to it along with your soft understanding of the topic.
You just need to because answers will be there. You just need to relate, and that relate will happen. If you have already understand that concept, then you will be easily able to relate. You need not to think what could be that. Answers are there for. You just need to relate that. That's it.
And that is where I believe, and that's what I also promote, the understanding of definition of each and every term sometime important. So if you have good grip on PMBOK glossary, agile terminologies, burn down chart, and whatever, servant leadership, empowerment, self-organizing. So if you know these words well and you understand what they really mean, they can make your exam answering speed fast. You can answer the things faster, and you can also identify the wrong options faster, because some wrong keywords are there. You say, oh, this wrong keyword is there, so I can ignore the
So one thing, like if you are answering any agile question, there might be 3 options related to predictive. You need to ignore that. Oh, these are related to predictive. I need not to care about that. This is my answer because question is related to agile. So one example I'm telling you, in similar way, you can identify answers for other questions. Yes. Similar approach.
Similar approach. And so overall, if I sense it right, if overall based on your experience, and you can and correct me if I'm getting it wrong, first develop a fundamental understanding of project management using PMBOK 6 and agile, and then apply that fundamental understanding in various scenarios with the help of practice tests. Try to understand, as per the exam content outline, whatever the terminology and concepts are expected to be there. So you understand those terminology, not necessarily memorize them, and understand and relate them. Which topic relates to this terminology, which topic relates to this terminology. So, and that naturally may come when you do a practice test, because you end up doing, else you will score bad in the practice test, and maybe after scoring 2 times bad, you end up doing this, this is your validation criteria. And in general, your experience was in the mock test, you were scoring around 75 to 85% range. Then you decided to go for exam.
One important thing is time management, and you need to keep yourself cool, calm while you are giving a test. Don't think that for me, I spent 2 hours for first 60 question. Okay. And then I was a little bit worried, but then I thought like, okay, let's keep cool, calm. Let's see. And then in next 2 hours, I was able to finish the rest of the questions. So you should not lose your calmness. You need to keep cool, calm. And if tough questions are there, complex questions are there, lengthy questions are there, there will be easy questions also. There will be questions which will be like only small one-liner, answer also small. So it's not like you will find all kind of mix
of everything.
So
don't get afraid. Don't get afraid by saying,
don't get afraid that, okay, I'm already done now. There is no use of otherwise. And no need to do too much of preparation. Like I started my preparation in Feb and I gave my exam in May. If you will keep preparing, you will lose your motivation, you will lose your interest and everything. So 2.5 months, maximum 3 months, in a couple of hours per day, spend some good time on weekends or holidays. And that's the best thing to do. Otherwise, after one period, you will stop learning. And so better to take exam. Okay, don't get afraid. Okay, what will happen? You will fail, right? You can take second attempt. Go with that mindset, that approach, that I am prepared 100%. Whatever I could do, I did. I am going to take the exam. Okay, I will give my best. What will happen? I will fail. I will take another attempt. Keep that thing in mind. That will give you a lot of confidence that, okay, it's fine. I'm giving my 100%. I hope I will pass. Okay. But if in case I will fail, I will check for another attempt. Simple.
Yeah. So I think there's a good way of saying that I mitigate my risk and I quantify my risk. So what is a
Yes.
quantification of few $100? Because second attempt is relatively cheaper than first attempt. So
Yes.
why say if I put a $250 or $300 aside, it's just a matter of $300. And do I want to remain stressed for another 1 month? Because there is a risk of losing $300, because there is a positive side also. I may qualify and I can enjoy my next 1 month
Yes.
life. Just
That's what I did. That's what I did. That's what I did. I was like, I was continuously doing these questions and everything. Then one day I thought like, it's enough. It's like kind of I reached the saturation. I'm not able to like continue my study or. It's full. So I thought like, okay, let's take exam. On Wednesday I decided that okay, I want to take exam on Sunday. I did not find any slot for Sunday. I booked for Saturday morning itself, not even evening. I thought I will give for Saturday morning only.
Yeah. Good. Any advice you want to give for working, like giving exam from home? Because people, there are few participants in our group. They are worried about giving exam from home. So anything you want to say about it?
As far as you are confident that you are having good internet connection, I don't see any other worry. Okay, you just need one room. Okay, you need to lock your room. Okay, nobody should come inside, and your table and everything should be like vacant. Only laptop should be there. That's it. And one ID, whatever you want to take. Otherwise, if you feel that there is no noise or there is no construction work or something is going on which can disturb you, then there is no problem at all. A good Wi-Fi connection is important because otherwise if it will get interrupted in between. And while you are planning to take online exam, you can download the software which they use for, and you can check your system testing and everything that okay, it is working fine. So technically you just need to ensure that some people want to use their working software or something, some firewall or something is a problem. Otherwise, if you are using your personal laptop or any laptop, check their software which they're asking for to execute or run or install on your system. If it is working fine, no issue at all. From exam, it should be as good as you are going to center. And in these times, some people find that it is risky, or if you are going to center, you need to put a mask for 4 hours. Otherwise, if those concerns are not there, you can go to center also. But taking from home, no issue at all. No issue at all. Yeah.
And I do appreciate your advice related to time management. I end up talking to one person who could not make it to PMP because he ended up missing around 60 plus questions. You could only do part of it, and then it was more or less a missed one. So do manage your time and then to plan, and don't get afraid by the large question. Great.
While practicing, try to put yourself under pressure as much as possible. Don't while you are practicing question, don't practice freely. Practice under time box. So put yourself in that pressure. That pressure will be helpful while you are taking the real exam.
So when I was giving PMP exam and I also did GMAT and all, people used to say that find the exact time when you are going to start exam and give the practice test during that time only. So your body get ready for that time also. So that if you are giving exam at 10 o'clock, then do all the practice at 10 o'clock and says, then so I am ready at this time in the day. This is how it operates. I was also very serious.
Time, or you can use time and same place, same kind of environment, so you can be used to for that. But generally morning times are good. If you take around 10 or 10:30, that are good. I mean, your body is like more energetic and you don't feel sleepy or something. That is a good time. And I would suggest like before, I mean, if you're planning to take on Saturday, Friday, be relaxed. No need to look in anything because as I mentioned, you need not to write answers next day as a subjective. So whatever Thursday, keep and set. Okay, I am done for my preparation. Friday, I'm not going to look anything. Otherwise, it might create panic. Stress, maybe you start looking. No, you start looking something on Friday and you find, I didn't know this answer. I didn't know this answer. Tomorrow is my exam. Leave it. Let's face exam on next day. Whatever the preparation was needed, you are done. And you should feel I am 100% confident. I will make it. I mean, give back yourself with confidence that, yeah, I know. Yes, that's it.
Perfect. So it's like, and I do see, because it's a 4-hour exam, so you need to manage stress before and during the exam as well, so that you can apply the knowledge which you already have in your head.
Yes.
Rather than trying to accumulate more and then lose the power of applying the existing knowledge. So I think management of stress can help you in doing this. Good. Good. It was really nice talking. Good.
And don't keep delaying your exam. Go ahead, decide and take your exam. Put fear factor aside and feel that feel confident and go and take the exam. I would say no need to delay that, but after a preparation, don't go for blindly. But if you are confident, if you are prepared, go and take the exam. I'm 100% sure if you did good preparation, you should be able to crack it.
Crack it. And I do see that, especially if you have a good concept on Agile, that also simplify the life, especially because it's a 50% and then the scope is little limited. I hope after listening to your motivational talk, especially it's really motivational. I hope,
because many people keep delaying. They thought I'm still not prepared. They keep delaying. Actually, they are prepared, but they thought they are not ready.
So just put your $250 aside and take it.
Put that risk aside and take it. You will clear and you can enjoy.
Or you may pay $250. That's the only thing.
That's the only thing. That's what I'm saying.
Good. Thank you. It was really nice talking to you, and thank you for taking time out just the next day. I just messaged you yesterday and then you were ready to do it today itself. And I hope we will share this with our clients, and hopefully they also get excited and clear the PMP exam.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Swatantra.
Thank you.
Talking.
Okay. Bye.